Hi, I'm Miss Aust. I'm going to be your student's eighth grade English teacher this year, and I just wanted to spend about 5 minutes going over some important things about English class. Um, Most importantly, if you have any questions, please feel comfortable reaching out to me at any time via email, which my email will be on the last slide. But a little bit about me. This is my 17th year of teaching English reading here at Meyerland, formerly Johnston. It is the only school that I've ever taught at. Just goes to show how much I love this community and love the kids in this community. Um, and again, I'm always here if you need anything. A little bit about eighth grade English. Unlike seventh grade, eighth grade has English and reading combined in one class. That would be mine. If your student has another reading teacher, um, that is an intervention teacher, and for some reason, based on data, they have been placed in that class at this time. But all curriculum of English and reading will be taught through my class. We'll do a pretty equal division of the two, but you might notice a little more reading because as your student enters high school, reading comprehension goes away from multiple choice to more of personal response, open-ended questions. So we're going to do a lot of practice with that. The STAR test is going away from that as well. Some multiple choice, some open-ended and multi response answers. So we want to have your students ready for that as they enter high school. We'll also be doing all the other fun English and reading stuff, grammar, vocabulary, other different concepts that they will need as they go further into their education. And we will definitely be preparing for the STAR test. In my class, we have about a 15-minute time period, almost every class period, where your student will be reading something of their choice. So they'll be reading at their own pace, anything they want to read. They can choose anything from my classroom library, or they can bring something from home, or they can use Mac and Via, which is our online library, and the students will be getting a lesson on how to use that in the next few days. When they read, there's always a response in their composition book, which all of your students have in class, and they stay here. So we are reading whether they like it or not. And we will be doing class novels as well. There will be at least 2 this year. We do have some titles, but those will be announced pretty shortly. Um, we are back on campus. You guys know that. But I am going to be starting this week. On Monday, I started updating the hub as well so that your students, if they're absent or quarantined or whatever, they have access to my classroom so they know what we're working on. And any documents they need will be in the hub as well. I don't want them to fall behind or feel stressed. So the hub will be available, and they can always reach out to me through email or hub messenger, and I can help guide them. We're following MPVA's grading policy this year. And like I said, I will be loading assignments onto the hub. So if a student has a missing assignment from this week forward, those items will be in the hub for them to download and complete. Your students all have composition books because if they didn't bring them, I made sure we got one for them. And then every day they need to bring writing utensils, highlighters, markers, colored pencils, just things that we might use as we read and annotate. And lastly, here's my email address. There are 4 Austs in the HISD database, another one with a K. So just make sure that this is the email address you're sending it to. Kristen Aust, K-Aust at houstonisd.org, or your students can message me through the hub. A couple of last minute things. Summer reading is due September 30th. All students have been given everything they need or have been given the opportunity to get what they need. Please reach out with questions, but we will not accept any summer reading projects after September 30th, as grades will be closing for the first 6 weeks. And if you could remind your students that cell phones, if a teacher is teaching, are definitely